Everyone knows that the government and the corporations are pathetic and evil. That's why the government has their own controlled conspiracy theorists and other people call the people sheeple, okay? Lemmings, right? Idiots that follow the crowd. Groupies, trendy kind of cowards, they call them names. Obviously, the wise agree. So let us look at the pros and the cons of not being a sheep. And you'll see quickly that it is obvious that if you're not a person of principle, that you're a sniveling worm and a complete idiot. It does not come close. That's part of why I'm so mad at people, because the decision here is extremely obvious. It shouldn't have to be to the point where people are eating kids and raping them for you to decide not to reproduce. We're at a point that is about as bad. The reasons are just spread out a little bit and people don't put them together often enough. So let's look at the pros, right? The pro versus the con. Conning yourself, being conned by complete idiots, pedos, sextortion hackers, assorted racists, just fools. Okay, number one, what are the pros? You serve God and prepare to meet your maker. It's called the point of life. The pros of rallying to me, okay, and obeying God through me. First and foremost, you serve God and prepare to meet your maker. Number two, you remove guilt and complicity for countless crimes against humanity. Pedophilia, rape, murder, okay, stealing, lying, exploitation, covert drugging, setting people up systematically, etc. Because you lead by example. When you conform to the pirate ship, you are guilty of the crimes of the pirate ship. It's collective guilt, like Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible. Okay? There's some people who weren't as bad as other people. Some people probably didn't want them to abuse Lot, if you read between the lines. Okay? And the angels. Okay? And his daughters. But because they were on board and part of the infrastructure, okay, they're guilty. When we look at America, for example, everyone here is guilty, but my parents and me for the crimes and the state of America, because they fall in line with the corporate agenda that places everyone in compartments, compartmentalizes them to create the bigger picture and the bigger process. None of them are stepping away from the crowd and saying, this is the solution, not what this bootlicking crowd is suggesting. It's called being on board, okay? Boa Road, board, right? Snake Road, you're on board with the greater brood of vipers. They're just compartmentalized. Right, left, middle, control, conspiracy theorists, cult, allowed church, allowed synagogue, allowed mosque, allowed spiritual center, what have you. They're all on board. None of them step aside and say, this is exactly what needs to be done. And as such, one who's slack in his work is brother to one who destroys. So the second point is very important as well. It is you remove yourself from guilt and complicity. You redeem and atone. Number three, you train to be a warrior daily. A righteous warrior daily. Okay? You're in the mind state. You're trained by the top martial artist. And you're preparing for a masterful, honorable death. Compare that to being some kind of Urkel-ass coward, some kind of Mickey Mouse, Ronald McDonald, some kind of brute in the military. Okay, dishonorable cowards that pretend that their nation is decent, some kind of flag-waving lemming. I mean, it doesn't come close. Okay, it doesn't come close. Those guys are complete idiots. Someone like me is a genius serving God. Number four, life has meaning. Not some kind of groupie-ass, sniveling, fucking Simpson-ass pussy. Some earnest-souled Christmas-ass bitch, okay? Just following the crowd like fucking the Steak Puff Marshmallow Man or Ronald McDonald. Just a fucking dumbass. Searching for money and pussy like a fucking animal in the field. Okay? Life actually has meaning. You're actually a human being with compassion who doesn't have to pretend to have compassion using psychology like some kind of fucking child. Number five, you remove oneself from stupid, pointless, childish, evil, pathetic, trickle down, rape by deception and coercion energy. Trickle down, rape by deception and coercion energy. Spirits and states. Okay? And number six, you face your oppressor. So what are the cons if you do the right thing? Well, one, you are divided from your friends and family who do evil. So these guys want to be lemmings. They want to go to hell. It's like Cain and Abel. If you're Abel, You should divide yourself from Cain and say, hey, I'm not going to be a sniveling worm like you. Okay? This is a con. It's not even really a con. Okay? Number two, they might start poisoning your food and your drink and your weed. And so if you smoke weed and your alcohol, you might not be able to do some of the things you used to enjoy doing. But that's like fucking being a kid not wanting to grow up because you want to sit around and play fucking Barbie dolls all day instead of grow up and live your life. So grow up, rally to me, and obey God through me. I'm the top martial artist that ever was, and you can partially tell that already by the arguments I'm making. Thank you.